Dos. Episode 2. Episode 2 of Road to Millionaire. Where are we at, guys? Where are we at? It's been 10 days. Sorry for the long wait. It's been 10 days. But where are we at? Now, it's not looking good. A sneak peek into the rest of the videos is not looking good. Episode 1 had about 260, 270. I'm now down to a little less than 200, a little more than 190. So it's not going great. Job, still unemployed. Sent out a second wave of applications, and so far I've only got a response from one, that for a customer service job at this car rental company that I'm excited for if I get it though. So it's $18.50, which is great. That's probably the most amount of money I would have made in my life hourly so far. Two things I'm scared about for the interview. One, I'm young, right? And so young people are kind of looked down upon in the job market, especially if you're trying to, I don't know, people don't think you're gonna stay at the job that long. And who knows if I do, I don't know. What I'm trying to say though is that it kind of brings me a step down. So I'm going to be working for an argument against that. Two though, objection number 2 is my schedule. My schedule's kind of shit. I basically can't work on Mondays and Wednesdays until 1 p.m. I can't work at all Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Fridays and Saturdays I'm good, and I would really like to not have to work on Sunday. Not for religious purposes, but I'd at least like one day off a week. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not too sure how that's gonna work out. I'm not too worried about the age thing, but I'm really worried about my schedule. And if not, I do have a plan B. There's this website called Remote Jobs something.io, where they just post up remote jobs. I've been kind of avoiding it. I do think there's good money in remote jobs, but I worked a remote job before and it was bad. It was kind of ass. And if it's with a small company, that makes it even worse because it's I don't know, it's just not great. But if it's somehow a bigger company, that would actually be, if I could work remote for like, I don't know, fucking Samsung. It's a weird name, that Amazon. You know what I mean? If I could work remote Amazon, that'd be great. They're not gonna hire me though. Anyways, point. That's it. That's where I'm at right now. I got 2 jobs on the way, potentially, and I don't have as much money as I did before. And before this gets too boring, let's go on to the main topic of the day: mentality and strategy. I mean, I said that weird. And strategy, mentality and strategy. Okay, why do I bring that up? Because it is the 2 most important parts to a person and a business. It's the 2 most important moving parts to a person and a business. I feel so sick that I just repeated that because I feel like that's what every person does online and on videos. You know, it's about mentality. It's about mentality. And I think we gotta remember it's about mentality. I'll be saying those words a lot, but let me just get into it. I hate talking about mentality right now. It sickens me. It sickens me talking about mentality. Not about my hate. I love talking about my hate about mentality, but it sucks talking and being taught and being lectured about mentality whenever it comes to business. I'm so sick of older people coming up to me talking about, that sounds weird too. Just older people coming up to me talking about mentality and how, you know, I gotta stay focused and I gotta lock in, but they don't say it that way, and about how, you know, life just, you know, takes you places. Fuck that. No. What I wish these old people would be teaching me about is strategy. That sounds so weird when I say it out loud. I don't like that. But strategy. What I want some of these like rich white people to tell me is about strategy that made them so rich and so white. That's a joke, but anyways, what gave them so much money? You know what I mean? Business owners, I've talked to multiple business owners, they do not like to talk about strategy and instead like to just fake you off with mentality, right? Because it's the one way that they get to act like they're some higher being and some smart individual without giving you their secret recipe, which I understand. I get that, but it's annoying. It's so annoying. It's the most annoying thing ever. You know what I mean? It's like, the secret of making money is just about sticking to it. Sticking to what? Ugh, I gotta say, pause this whole video. This is bad. What I'm saying is that mentality is important. I truly believe in that. I do. But strategy is just as important, okay? You can have as much mentality and grind mindset as you want, but if you put that all without strategy, you're not really getting anywhere. You're at least not progressing to the level at which you should be compared to the effort that you are putting in, right? So what I kind of want to end off saying is that mentality is important, but strategy, I keep just repeating. My bad. Let me just kind of get off this topic a little bit of mentality. But like strategy as in like, how do I actually make the money, right? If I wanted to start a business, how do I actually make money? How do I bring people to like my product to actually sell it so that I could bring in profit? You know what I mean? That's really all I'm trying to say. And what sucks is that people don't talk about that, and it's kind of left me to try and figure it out myself, which is fine. I'm young, I have time. I don't have money to really spend like that, but I have time to slowly figure it out. That's kind of it for this video. I would like to talk more, but I do want to try and keep these videos semi-short, because I know nobody's trying to watch some, 20-minute video of me just ranting. I feel like my point hasn't gone across. Let me just say this. Without strategy, your mentality means nothing, and without mentality, your strategy means nothing, okay? So I just wanted to explain how tired I am of this mentality-driven era where nobody's talking about strategy. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm coming out with another video this Monday after my interview. Thank you.